All right, what's up, everybody? I'm back with another little discussion that we're going to be having on Discord with someone about abortion and whether it's ethically, morally, or legally okay. So before we start, I'm just going to go ahead and pass it to um, the person we'll be discussing with and just let him introduce himself. So go for it.
It's Mans, and I just want to talk. I don't really know if I don't think it's ethical right or wrong, and I would like to come to some sort of conclusion in this debate. That would be really nice.
All right. So just to clarify, legally, from a legal standpoint, you do think it should be allowed, but other than that,
Yes,
you're just not
but
very certain when it comes to
I'm not
ethically or
sure
morally.
if it's. I don't think I would want to be like I wouldn't want to be aborted if you can understand what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think anyone would
exactly.
really like want to be aborted,
Yeah.
or at least hopefully. Um, so I think the where I
Come.
kind of want to start off is so like how does abortion work from a legal standpoint where you're from or your home country?
Yeah. Uh, the limit is 18 weeks. Then you can abortion whenever you want and don't have to tell anyone. After 18 weeks, you have to talk to what's it called? The National Board of Health and Welfare in my country, and they have to give you the okay if they think it's okay for you to make the abortion or not. So it's from 18 weeks where I live.
Okay.
What is it in the USA? How many weeks
Uh,
is the max?
they break it up into I don't know how many weeks necessarily, but I know they break. I think I'm pretty sure they break it up into three trimesters. So the first trimester is the first 3 months, which is you can have an abortion whenever, and then the
Mm.
second 3 months is you have to have a legitimate reason for why you waited this long, and you have to have a consent from a doctor or whatever. And then I think in the last 3 months, it's like only extreme circumstances, so like rape, incest, uh,
Mm.
massive birth defect. So like if the child's going to come out and just like die in the mother's arms within like a couple hours, that would
Yeah,
be
I get
okay.
it.
So I think
Okay,
it's
okay.
pretty similar probably to from where you're from. So I think that's
Yeah.
good. We can be on the same page on that. Uh,
Yeah.
so I think when it comes down to ethically, at least for me, the biggest question is what do you consider human life to be? Like, where do you consider human life to start?
I'm not entirely sure about that, but I would say when the fetus like brain starts to be able to like form that is there. Do you understand like that it exists? But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm not so sure about that one.
Yeah, I mean that's something that I'm not that sure about either because when it comes down to it, it's like you can't really say well when it becomes conscious because I don't think like humans become conscious until like 2 years
Yeah,
old or something
yeah,
like that.
exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
Right. Um.
Because like if you would kill a 1 year old, they wouldn't really notice, right? Like it's not like killing a 10-year old.
Yeah.
They like no.
Yeah, and I think that's where it comes down. Like, I think that's where a lot of the problems when it comes down to abortion, at least ethically.
Mm.
So, I mean, I guess just kind of like explain where you are right now. I know you're not very certain, but like where you're leaning,
Yeah.
like if it's ever ethically okay, or, uh, so yeah.
Yeah, there are certain the exceptions that you mentioned, rape, incest, if they would come out and they would die in your arms, that's the kind of thing I feel like is would be okay in that case if they're yeah, exactly.
Uh,
That's the thing.
okay, so you don't think that life starts at conception, right? So, would you consider, like, let's say an abortion 3 weeks in to be considered ethically okay?
I'm not 100% sure, but I th- I don't actually know because if the parents can take care of it but they just don't want to, I think it's a bad thing of the parents to do, and they kind of have to take responsibility for the choice that they made. Like everyone knows, if you have sex, there is a certain chance that you can get pregnant, and if you're willing to take that chance, I kind of think that it's on you.
yes, in a way. Yeah, I would somewhat agree with that. I mean, I know in the States, there we run into a problem with not accessible birth control. So,
Um,
yeah, but I don't know how it works in your country.
yeah, I'm
I
pretty sure we have free. What's
birth
the
control.
thing like
Yeah.
condoms,
Well,
things
it's also
like
I
that.
think the biggest thing is like the pill for women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also the pill. I'm pretty sure it's free.
Yeah, I mean
I'm not
your
entirely
country's
sure.
probably a little bit better when it comes to healthcare and whatnot than
Yeah,
maybe
most
the
likely.
states. Uh, so yeah, I think that's where
But
kind of
yeah,
like
that's like, yeah,
yeah, I just think that's
you
kind
can
of like
talk.
where it comes down to, I guess, is well, I mean, like, so how would you define like someone that is able to take care of it? So let's say, for instance, if like a 16-year-old gets pregnant and she is in a middle class family that would be able to take care of that child, do you think that she should be like she ethically at least? Do you think that she should kind of like have that child in like you know because of like the mistakes that she made, I guess, in a way?
It feels like it's a thing that's different from person to person, but in the big picture, I would say no to that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, obviously
Yeah,
it goes different by person, but I'm just kind of
yeah,
like trying to like
but I think it
clarify a
wouldn't
little
be
bit, I
good.
guess.
It wouldn't be good for the 16-year-old and the boy who made her pregnant. I don't think they would that would be good for what's it called?
Parents.
Maturity. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Uh,
whatever you call it.
yeah, and I think that's another big problem with pregnancies and whatnot is a lot of times I'm not sure about the statistics, but I think a lot of times that people who have abortions they don't have the support of the person that impregnated them or the father of the child.
Mm.
So
Like you mean that the father wants the kid but not the mom or
well,
the
I think a lot of times, like a big factor in it is if the mother doesn't have the support of the father, as in if the father just says, "Well, that's not my problem. I'm just gonna dip," or says, "Here's money for an
Mm.
abortion," and then just pieces out. Like
Yeah,
I don't think you're given a whole lot of choices, especially if you're not financially stable.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
All right. So I mean, I guess just like where would you find abortion unethical and why? I guess just to like give me some
I think
ideas.
when you're let's say you enter college at what age?
Um,
19,
18,
18,
19, 18, 19. Yeah, depends on a
and
bunch of
then
different things, but yeah.
when you yeah, and let's say you want to become like a doctor or something else, the years that you study is like 5 years, 3 to 5 years, kinda.
It's five to
Would
eight
you
in
agree?
America.
Oh, five
Yeah,
to eight. Okay. Okay. So let's say 20, 25, 23-ish.
yeah.
Like if you have a stable job, you have everything set out for you, then it would be not okay to make an abortion, I think.
Oh, all right. I
Agree?
mean, I would probably agree with you, except for in the cases, like I said earlier, if the father isn't around, then even if you do have that stable job, you're pretty much
Yeah.
sacrificing, I would say, 2 to 3 years of your career in a
Okay,
way, I
okay.
guess.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. Because both parents need to take what's it
Responsibility, yeah.
called? Yeah, responsibility for it to work. If the woman doesn't want it, or the man has say in this, right? Because the woman can just do whatever she wants. There isn't a rule in place for if the man want it, the woman can't make an abortion. That isn't a thing, right?
I
I don't know.
don't, I don't,
I
yeah, I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
that there is a rule. And I kind of, that's kind of where I would probably disagree a little bit. Not with you, just like with the laws, I guess, is because I do think that the man should
Yeah.
have a say, but I don't think it should be probably 50-50, right? Because the man doesn't have to
Yeah,
legally
yeah.
have the child.
Same.
But, you know, it's still,
He doesn't have to fuck up his body for 9 months, and after that, a lot of years either too.
yeah. Uh, yeah, I mean, for me, it's like abortion is just one of those things where it's like I don't think about all that much because I haven't had to go through a scenario like that, and I
Yeah,
will never have
exactly.
to have an abortion. At least I hope not. Uh,
Yeah,
but you know, like I don't know.
exactly.
Yeah, it's just a tricky subject, I guess. Cause you know,
But I think in the States, from my point of view, I think it would be much better if you guys had free condoms and pills and stuff like that.
yeah.
But
I think the pill
that's
is probably
probably,
the best out of all of them
yeah,
because
most likely the pill. Yeah,
condoms suck, right?
yeah. But it doesn't suck, but it's not the best.
Yeah, I
You think
think
it's very
I
bad?
think they suck.
Why?
I just
Why?
I just don't like them. It's like having a little piece of rubber.
Mm, okay, okay, okay,
It's
okay.
not.
You don't like the feeling.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I mean, I don't hate it.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
yeah, yeah,
I'd
I
rather
understand.
wear a condom than get someone pregnant. But
Can I get pregnant?
yeah, like you know,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Sex isn't that important for me, so I'm not
I
going
I
to.
understand.
Hmm. I mean, abortions aren't cheap,
Um,
but then again, neither is raising a child. So,
what does abortion cost in the States?
oh God, I don't know. I
Do you
think it's
know?
a couple hundred probably. It's not that bad because of Planned Parenthood, but you know, we have a bunch of
Yeah,
religious people trying to defund Planned Parenthood.
yeah. For us, it's like 35 to $70 for an abortion.
Yeah, but you guys understand over there that
Yeah.
the government should try to help out a little bit more than it does over here.
Yep.
Uh, I so,
Makes sense.
so oh, Fook. I had a question for you, but um, oh God, I forgot. Um, I mean, do you have anything else that you would want to touch on this topic?
I don't think
Any other questions you
we're
would have, or like
about
uncertainties, I
everything.
guess?
Not really. I don't think so.
All right. I mean, I guess I'll just pass it
Like
on.
there,
Go for it.
yeah, there are no like clear answers. It's all philosophical, so it's kind
Yeah.
of hard to
I mean,
figure out one certain answer. It feels
yeah.
like it depends.
Yeah, like when it comes down to it, I think it just is what you consider or when you consider a human life to start because I don't think you could really ethically just end a
Yeah,
human life because you
and
want
like
to.
the thing, at what age do you think it's okay? At what age is it not okay? At like what do you have to? What are the requirements for it to not be okay? What are the requirements for it to be okay to have an abortion?
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that you need to figure out.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, and I just like, you know, people who say, "Oh, life starts at conception because it has the potential for life." I don't like that argument, but I also don't like the argument where it's like, "Oh, whenever it becomes conscious." Well, I don't like that argument either because, you know, then you could be able to murder people up until they're fucking 12 or like 2, I mean,
Yeah,
not 12.
and there are some arguments for like when people go in same thing. Like if you are on life support and you can't think, or your brain is mush and you can't, like your brain's dead, so kinda you're dead. Like it's no point in keeping that person alive. Do you agree with that, or
Yeah,
what do you think
I would
about this?
probably say that I don't know if I'm supposed to call people this, but vegetable, like yeah, like people who are like their
Yeah,
mental capacity is just not there,
yeah,
as in they're like they do not have brain activity. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't think
yeah,
you should just keep them alive because they're not really
yeah. I
alive.
think if my brain would stop working and I can't think, I don't think I would want to be around because I'll just be a waste. Like if there's a certainty that there's no way for me to come back from this, it's no point for me being on life support and cost the state money.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but then in my case, it wouldn't even be costing the state money. It'd probably be costing like family and
Like my
friends money.
parents, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, at that case, yeah, I would just say like, you know, give me a month, see if I pull out of it or a miracle happens, but if not, just pull
Mm.
the fucking plug. Yeah.
I've heard one other argument for pro-life would be that abortion, because if the child borns and you don't want it, you can put it up for abort. No, I mean adoption. What do you
Um.
think about that? I heard or thought about that especially
Well,
much.
I mean,
But it,
the whole thing with abortion is there was I think it was either Super Freakonomics or just Freakonomics, if you've ever heard of those books.
no,
Um,
I haven't read it.
they're pretty good books. So it's
Huh?
it was a guy who was like really into statistics, just like took a bunch of statistics and
Okay.
like kind of like made like correlations between them. So for
Like
instance,
a meta-analysis, like where you put a lot of small statistics into one big. Do you
um,
know?
I don't know exactly what he would
Okay.
be
Okay.
called, but what he did, for instance, like with abortion, is he showed a correlation between abortion rates and then lower crime rates, because typically the type of people who have abortions are people from lower economic areas, and lower economic
Yeah.
areas breed typically more criminals. So by
Yep.
decreasing the reproduction in the lower class, you're decreasing the amount of criminals.
Hmm?
So I mean, get like that's something that.
So that's an argument for putting them up for adoptions, you mean?
Well, the thing is, when you put like okay, so when you put them up for adoption, what
Yeah.
happens is they're not going to typically have the best life. I don't think most
Yeah.
people
Exactly.
in the foster system gets adopted.
Yeah.
So you
I have no
guarantee
stats about this,
you do.
but the argument I seen, he said he has put some anecdotal thing that he knows some people have done this or some people have it good, but I don't have any statistics on how
Yeah,
good
yeah. I think
life would be if
when you're
this
in the
happens.
foster system, you're pretty much playing the lottery. Like you have a 10% chance of like getting adopted into
Yeah.
like a pretty nice home.
Hmm.
But you know, the foster home
Yep.
doesn't
Yep.
breed the best. Like, is not like a foster home is not the best environment.
Yeah. I would say the same without having looking at the numbers.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's all.
All right. Well, that was a good little conversation.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. But until next time, see ya.
That's my dog. Yeah. That's my dog show. That's my dog. That's my dog show.